You are about to save so much time in your real estate career and have fun doing it. In this video, we're going to create 52 social media posts in about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's get started. Here we are in ChatGPT. What I'm going to ask it for today is I'm going to ask it to provide 52 real estate terms. What I'm looking for here is a weekly post on social media, and I want a real estate term and its definition. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to provide those for me. It doesn't have to be real estate terms. I could ask for real estate quotes. I could ask for buyer tips, seller tips, maintenance tips, any type of topic like that. I could ask for a whole list of items that ChatGPT could give me that I could use in social media posts. So I could repeat this process. Instead of having 52 posts, I could have hundreds of posts to be posting daily. Okay, we're in ChatGPT. I'm going to paste in my prompt. I've already written this, but we're going to break it down and take a look at what all this says. Give a little bit of preface as to what I'm trying to do. I want to create a series of social media posts for a residential real estate agent. We're just trying to frame it for ChatGPT so that it knows why we're creating these posts. Here's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for it to please provide a list of 52 real estate terms and their definitions. That's the output I'm looking for. These should be terms that people buying or selling a home should learn, like escrow, appraisal, inspection, HOA, PID, MUD, etc. There's a whole lot of real estate terms. Nail, 2x4, window, dirt, concrete. These are terms that technically go with real estate. Those are not the types of terms I want. So I gave it a few examples of the types of terms I want to have. The definition should be no longer than 75 words. You know ChatGPT. It could write a book on the term appraisal. I don't want a book. I want a brief blurb that we're going to post in or place into a social media post. And then finally, please provide the list as a CSV. That stands for comma separated value. So please provide it as a CSV so I can download it. A CSV is a comma separated value file. It would have something like first name, comma, last name, comma, email address. CSV files are very easily read by spreadsheet programs like Excel or Google Sheets. And that's the format we're going to want to import it in once we go over to Canva. All right, let's execute the prompt. And we're back. That took about 2 minutes. I paused the video for that because nobody wants to stare at the computer with me. I am on the free version of ChatGPT, but we'll be using the paid version of Canva for this. So this is the free version of ChatGPT we're using here. Here we have a link, download realestateterms.csv. I'll click on it. And I'm going to save it right there. It says realestateterms.csv. I'm going to save that to my temp folder. Now, before we go on, always remember that when you have ChatGPT or any artificial intelligence program create something for you, you, the agent, are responsible for this. So go proofread this. You don't want ChatGPT hallucinating, throwing in some weird term. I mean, the term appraisal. It could mean an appraisal of a diamond ring. You take it to an appraiser, you have it appraised, that's an appraisal. That's not the term, that's not the definition I want. I want an appraisal of real estate. So go read that CSV. I'm going to pop it open in Microsoft Excel. All right, here we are in our CSV file. You see it has two columns. It has a column for term and a column for definition. I'm going to highlight both of those and expand them so I can read everything. I'm not going to make you sit here with me while I read through the entire CSV file. But let's take a quick look and see. I already see a couple of problems right here. Equity, the difference between a property's market value and the amount owed on the mortgage. That sounds good, but what's this right here? That should be an apostrophe for possessive. ChatGPT has thrown in some weird characters for some reason. I need to fix those. So we'll go through and do that, and I'm going to proofread all of the content and just make sure that I believe it's accurate. It's something that I would be willing to put my name behind. I'm going to pause the video for just a sec while I do. All right, I'm back, read through the file. There were 4 times that an apostrophe or those weird characters were used instead of an apostrophe. There were several other times, though, that it used an apostrophe. So, you know, it's ChatGPT. What can you say? I've read through my definitions. Everything looks pretty good. Let's save the file. So move File, Save As. I'm going to save it back as a CSV. Make sure it says CSV on it. And I'm going to replace the one I had. Now let's go to Canva and let's start making some graphics. I'm in Canva now. I have already created a template. This is what my real estate terms post is going to look like. I'll put this into Facebook and I'll put it on Instagram. It's going to be basically a square post. It has the word real estate terms. It has a little bit of branding down at the bottom, my name and my realtor status and my photo. And I've got two fields, one for term and one for definition. They don't have to be labeled term and definition. That's the terminology I was using, so I labeled those. You can create this graphic to look however you want. It doesn't have to be framed like it could be off to the side. You can buy templates. Go to Etsy. You can buy pre-made graphic templates. This is pretty basic. I did not get too elaborate, but you can get as elaborate as you want to with this. Now we're going to import that CSV file and create our 52 social media posts. We'll go over here to Apps. And I'm going to type in bulk create. If you use bulk create frequently, it's going to show up early in the list. And right here, this is the app I want inside Canva. It looks like two squares kind of overlaid on each other with a plus sign in the middle, and it says bulk create right under it. Now bulk create is ready for me to attach my data or to import my data. I can get data from a lot of sources using bulk create inside Canva. I can get it from Sheets, which is Canva's version of a spreadsheet application. I can import from HubSpot, from Google Analytics, from Statista. I can also manually enter data into Canva. I don't want to do that. I had a whole bunch of definitions out there. I don't want to type each one of those in by hand. That is not at all what I want to do. So I want to upload my data. That's why I went to ChatGPT and had it generate it all for me. So let's click Upload Data. I'll choose my real estate terms.csv. It immediately comes up and says it found two fields. And remember, when we looked at the CSV file, it had two columns, term and definition. Here are two columns, term and definition. Canva does not know that term connects to the word term and definition connects to the word definition. I just happen to use the same words in both places because those are the words that made sense to me. But now we have to connect those. So we'll go to the term box. We'll right click on it and say connect data. The connect data menu option only shows up when you're using bulk create. So we'll do connect data. It says which field you want to connect this text box to. I'm going to say term, and we can now see term is highlighted in purple, and the word term in a little purple box is connected to my text box, which also happens to say term. And if you'll notice, one quick thing before we connect to the next box, the word term goes edge to edge, or the box goes edge to edge. The box for definition, though, you can see it cuts off just a little inside. I did that intentionally. When we import those definitions, they're a little longer. They're not one line of text. They're going to word wrap. If our text field, where it says definition, is out to the very edges of the blue box, it could potentially have a line of text that goes edge to edge, leaving no margin at all in my inner blue box. I would like a little bit of margin there just for aesthetic purposes, so I shrunk that box in just a hair. That way it's not going out and touching the very edge. And we'll see an example of this, I'm sure, when we get in here. All right, I'm going to right click on definition. I'm going to choose connect data, and I'm going to choose the definition box. Remember over here, definition, not in purple. That means it's not yet connected. We click it. Now it's connected. It's purple here, and the box, text box for definition, has the little box that says definition connected to it. At this point, we're ready to click continue. Now it comes up and asks us, do we want to use all 52 fields? It says select all. I can uncheck a couple of boxes. It says generate 51 designs. I'll check that box back. Now it says generate 52 designs. I want to select all of them. If there had been a field or a line in the CSV file that I did not want to use, I would have just deleted it when I was editing the CSV file and going through it. but I'm ready to generate all of my designs. So I'm going to click Generate 52 Designs. It just takes a second, and up here it says, one design created and saved your projects. I'm going to click View Design. The reason I clicked that button quickly and didn't wait around to explain, it's only on the screen for a couple of moments. What happens is, after Canva imports your CSV, it creates another project for you. It names it the same. So my project over here was named Social Media Real Estate Terms. It says Bulk 1 Social Media Real Estate Terms. So it creates a brand new project. You can go and find it in your home page where it lists all of your projects, but that's the first place it pops up. I'm usually in a hurry, so I just go ahead and click that box and it opens that on a new tab in my browser. Now you can see here are our 52 real estate terms and their definitions. We have escrow, a financial arrangement where a third party holds funds or assets until specific conditions are met. It's perfectly framed in there. I've got a nice little bit of border all the way around that I wanted for aesthetic purposes again. Number 2, appraisal. And you can see that one conducted by a licensed appraiser. The C and the R touch that very edge. So you will have that from time to time, not all the time, but I just wanted to avoid that and have my little border around the edge. So that's why I moved those margins in that we talked about earlier. I would go through and review these carefully one more time before you start posting these on social media. But here we go. We have created 52 today. We're on page 10. Let's scroll all the way to the bottom. Page 52, escrow holdback. Page 51, earnest money deposit. I now have 52 branded social media posts. Did not take me very long to do this. It will take me a while to post them, to schedule them. I like to go into Meta Business Suite and do my scheduling there. You can schedule this through Canva if you wanted to. You can schedule it through Vista Social if you wanted to. Vista Social is a great tool too. The reason I don't like to schedule my posts in Canva, I'm also scheduling other posts. They're not always graphical. They're not always something that I'm designing inside Canva. And I'd like to do all of my scheduling in the same spot. For me, it's easiest just to go into Meta Business Suite because Facebook and Instagram are the two primary places that I'm posting. That's where I'm going to do my scheduling from. You can certainly do it from Canva if you want. You could use Vista Social. I love Vista Social because it will post to a lot of different sources. You can post to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, post content all over the place if you want to with Vista Social. There is a free version and a paid version. But for me, just posting it inside Meta Business Suite usually takes care of most of my business needs. At this point, click Share, Download, pages 1 to 52, and click Download. Here we are. We're back in my temp folder. It's a zip file. You're going to have to decompress it, and then you're going to have to upload those images to your scheduling system, however you want to schedule it. That's going to take a little longer than 15 minutes. You're probably talking about sitting around some afternoon for an hour or two, but have a cup of coffee, have a glass of lemonade, a glass of wine, and spend a couple of hours scheduling posts. You have a full year's worth of content scheduled, ready to go. You don't have to think about it again. It allows you to be consistent on social media. And that's it. That's all there is to creating 52 or fewer or more, however many social media posts you want to create using ChatGPT, the free version, and Canva, the pro version. Of course, you can do it with ChatGPT, the pro version. I'm just using the free version for this demonstration to let you know that it can be done with the free version. Hey, I hope this helps.